You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Good morning, all, to this magnificently glorious day. The galaxy of intellectuals, honorable guests, and beloved audience. How lovely is this day? Moreover, on this glorious day, we have arranged this event to commemorate and honor the contribution of our chairman, vice chairmen, principal, and all the coordinators and students who have made this day. I, Roshni Ilangam, on behalf of these lovely persons, I would like to present a gracious welcome to you all. Now, I request Varalakshmi to render Tamil Thai Valtu.
நீராறும் கடலுடைத்த நிலமடந்த கிளிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் மதிசிறைந்த திராவிடன திருநாளும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அணி துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிருமை திரும்பி அந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, Varalakshmi, for such a soulful singing. Now, I like to assist Jayantini, President of Coding Club, to deliver the welcome address.
Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Good morning, everyone. I'm profusely elated to take an opportunity to welcome you all. Today, I, Jayantini, President of Coding Club, shall be walking through the webinar. Before we carry on with the events, firstly, I would like to thank our institution, Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College, for organizing such an innovative events for the benefits of students, which really inspire us all to do better in life. I bid a very warm welcome to the pillars of Prince Group of Institutions, Chairman Dr. K. Vasudevan, with his vast experience and in the field of education makes this administration unique and systematic. And Vice Chairman, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, who is working towards connecting young minds to strive towards success, and Vice Chairman Dr. V. Vishnu Karthik, the man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas. In addition, I cordially welcome Dr. Uma, the principal of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakkam, an idol of knowledge and experience. And it is my immense pleasure to welcome our chief guest, Mr. S. Saravanakumar, who is a technical project manager of the rewound organization Wipro. We are really grateful to him for accepting our invitation and becoming a chief guest of today's event to enhance our knowledge. And a warm welcome to all the coordinators, IIC team, and audience for taking the time to join us today. Dear audience, hold on to your odds and more importantly, stay connected. This informative webinar will not only guide us all, but also educate us. Once again, on behalf of our institution, I would like to welcome you all and inform you that the webinar will completely apprise you pertaining to the innovation trends in mobile app. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayantini, for such a warm welcoming address. Now, I welcome Mrs. R. Kausalya, Assistant Professor, Coding Club Coordinator, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, R. Kausalya, Assistant Professor, Coding Club Sub-Coordinator, Department of BCA. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcoming you all for this enlightening session. I would like to convey my heartfelt gratitude towards our institution, IIC coordinators, for collaborating with Coding Club. My heartfelt gratitude towards all of them, and I'm proud to be a part of this team. Now, we are fortunate to have Mr. S. Saravanakumar, Technical Project Manager, Wipro, who will be delivering webinar on innovative trends in mobile applications. Undoubtedly, our society is rapidly become more reliant on mobile devices nowadays. Although there are already more than 5 million of applications are available, the demand for new one is on the rise. So stay tuned to enlighten about the latest trends of mobile applications and how to develop mobile applications and the steps involved in it. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Now, I would like to welcome our Iic Council Coordinator, Mrs. Bala Kamachi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, to deliver a brief note about Iic Council.
Good morning to one and all. May I audible?
Yes,
Good morning to one and all present here. So I am Bala Kamakshi, ISC Faculty Coordinator, to say about IAC. Ministry Human Resource Development has established Institution Innovation Council to foster the culture of innovation across education institutions. It aims to develop the culture of innovating and research within students. It mainly focused on developing cognitive ability of students, and the function of IAC to identify and reward student innovators. And it also organizes workshop, seminar, interactions with entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals. So the benefit of IAC, the student will get opportunity to interact with entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals. Student can also participate in various innovation-related initiatives of Ministry Human Resource Development, like hackathon, idea competition, and mini challenges. Students will gain exposure and opportunities of the entrepreneurial ideas. At last, the theme of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College IIC is Imagine, Innovative, and Innovations. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful insight about IIC Council. Now, I would like to welcome our club coordinator, Mrs. A. Santoshi, Assistant Professor, Department of BCA, to deliver a brief note about Coding Club.
Yes, thank you, Roshni. So happy morning, one all present here. Myself, Santoshi Kannan, core coordinator, Coding Club. And on behalf of the Coding Club, I would like to extend my gratitude to our management, Prince Group of Institutions, IIC team of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College, and my proactive coding club team. And I would like to share objective and motive of our coding club. So now let's move on to the club presentation. So today itself, I'm having one quote. So quote of Steve Jobs: everyone should know how to program a computer because it teaches you how to think. So the main aim of our coding club is to establish a coding culture on the campus, reaching every status students passionate about coding. The main motive of our coding club is the competitions to reach every student on campus and organize events like debugging, writing code, and etc. And conducting workshops on areas of computer science like web development, application development, machine learning, IoT, and etc. And we contribute to open source projects and build websites and applications, provide technical support to organizers and various clubs on campus. And clubs aims to establish the coding culture on campus and reaching every student passionate about coding. And so the practice is what we are doing through our coding club is. So we are conduct a college-wide coding competitions every year to recruit the students who are passionate about coding. And the competition not only focuses on coding, but also logical, analytical, and problem-solving skills. So the club meets every week to discuss work on projects, and all the members collaborate to achieve a common objective. So lecturer sessions are also organized to the benefit of members. So where some concepts of computer science are taught to the students, and workshop and technical talks on various competitions and the concepts of computer science will be conducted through the club. So the club will be organized talks and sessions by seniors and alumni about internship and placement preparations.
Santoshi ma'am, there'll be no slideshow. The slide is in first slide only. It will be there. Okay. Slides are not moving.
Yeah, let me share once again. Now it is visible, ma'am. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So I am happily invite my two core team members. So myself is Santoshi, core coordinator, and Mrs. R. Kausalya, sub coordinator, and Ms. Shabana, faculty coordinator, and Ms. P. Jayantini, president, and Mr. E. Nanda, vice president, and Mr. C. Sanjay, secretary, and Mr. Aravind of joint secretary, and Ms. H. Jacqueline, treasurer, and Mr. Sendil Muthukumar and Mr. Praveen Kumar as a program coordinator, and Mr. Jagan Mohan and Mr. Gunasegar as designers. So if you want to contact us, you can contact us anytime with the coding club at printscience.in. So the main outcome of my coding club is, so it will help members to gain in-depth knowledge of coding. So this will help them immensely during the placements, can also bring knowledge to the institutions through various national and international programming contests. So the club will help members to develop an aptitude for logical thinking and visualizing a problem from various perspectives and creating multiple innovative solutions. So the country as a whole requires a lot more coders for achieve the goal of digital India. So the club is doing its a bit to help a country pursue this goal. So already, as I told you, we can use, if you want to touch with us, you can use the above mail. So BCA coding club at printscience.in as well as code club at printscience.in. So thank you so much for giving this grateful opportunity to us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for such an elegant insight about coding club. Now, I request Anisha Jesslyn to deliver the guest profile.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Saravana Kumar, who is a technical project manager in Wipro and a highly innovative stack developer with 16 years of experience in the layout, design, and coding of mobile apps. He has a proficiency in delivering across the entire app lifecycle and knowledge for both Android and iOS applications. He is an expert in iOS app development and in integrating third-party apps. He has work experience in many companies as a team leader, project lead, and tech lead. He has contributed majorly to full application development lifecycle and successfully designed and built extremely reliable and high-performing applications. He He has skilled in mobile applications, development, web technologies, database, cloud services, hardware, third-party and payment integrations, web promotion and project management. He performed variety of projects as a tech lead and managed design and implementation. We are so proud to have such a skilled person as our chief guest. I'm honored to invite you, sir. I welcome you to deliver your speech.
Saravana Kumar sir, you can share your screen now.
Sure. Thanks, Anisha, for introducing myself. Like you've given enough description about me. Thank you very much. Okay, let's start, right? So I can start immediately to the course, actually. So are you able to see my screen, guys? Let me know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. Give a minute. Just. Okay. So I'm going through one by one all the slides. Okay. So this is a basic mobile app development. You can stop me anytime. Like I'm going to cut my video, so because you will get the audio will be clarity will be very clear actually. Okay. So can I start, ma'am?
Yes, sir, you can proceed.
Yeah. Thank you, Sanjay. Yeah, okay. So mobile app development. So as already Anisha explained about my experience, so I will go through the next slide here. So, okay. So the current trend, why mobile apps development is very important here. So we have to think it about like why mobile apps is important. So the first thing, like now we are spending a lot of hours in mobile and digital media nowadays, right? And the smartphone users also, we have like all the day we are increasing the mobile apps. Mobile apps will be the greatest way to like reach their technology directly to the phones, right? Even like you have 85% of consumer are prepare the native apps that like even though for the grass platform websites. Why? Because they can access easily, and the revenue of the mobile set is also increasing year by year. The average, right? So 8 billion in 2022. So it is every year by year it is increasing actually. And the average consumer, like our like even though like our consumer have 30 plus apps installed on their device, even games or any like purchase mobiles, whatever the app you have, right? So whenever you are having app, you have minimum of 30 plus app installed on our device. So mobile app is very important. That's what I'm trying to say here. And average time we are spending 35 hours per month using mobile apps. Nowadays we are spending more than that one. That's what we are in the current situation. Like without mobile, people are very very tough to stay in their life actually. So even though they're learning or playing games or something, whatever they are doing on the mobile. So mobile apps is very important because of these aspects. Okay, I'm moving for the next slide. So here, right? So mobile users also, smartphone users also day by day they are increasing. So starting from 2016, 2021, it's almost a double actually. So still 2022, the smartphone users also increasing day by day. So the graph, it is gradually increasing. So the need of mobile developments also it is increasing. That means even though for the like daily activities, day-to-day activities also we need through starting with WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, social media, everything we need mobile apps actually. And we are nowadays we are adding food and all our traveling, anything we need mobile apps. So mobile app is very important. That's what I'm saying, because day by day the necessity and the usage is increasing day by day. So you understood, right? So mobile app is very, very important for our development wise, right? So I'm moving for next slide. So here there is a mobile app development process, starting with each and every project we have a requirement, right? So project requirement discussion is starting with. And then we business analyst estimation, they will estimate the code for the project, and then they will give a signing NDA, like non-disclosure agreement. They will do it for each company, and then they will start with the wireframe of the wireframe. Nothing but it's a overview of the app, and then as a developer, they can start with UI and UX. You have two things here: UI design and UX design. So UX is directly with the wireframe. After the wireframe, they will go for UX design. UI is design will be a development. As part of UI development, it will come. And finally, app development, the coding part. And then we have as usual QA testing, and then launching the app in Play Store and App Store. And then we have a post-production support. So these are the process. So end to end, what we are going to develop. Like in future, if you are a mobile developer, all mobile developers will do all the process. So first three will be from company side, they will do it. After getting the wireframe, we will start with the design and mobile app development, you will do it. And QA will be separate, or we have a separate team, right? And then launching up will each developer can do it. And post support, definitely support will be done by our developer as well as for our team. So this is the basic step for the app development. So starting with getting the requirement, analyzing and signing off, and then creating the wireframe, UI, UX design, and app development with the different technologies, and then testing, and then launching the app in Play Store and App Store, and finally support. I am going very fast, I think. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand so that I can stop it and explain clearly. Now, as I told earlier, like we are going to concentrate only on app development, maybe in somewhat design and somewhat testing and launching the app. Last four things we are going to we are going to in depth in that development part, coding part. That means so. As a coding, right? So we have to decide. So from where we can start with the mobile apps development. So we have a lot of technology to develop. As I said, earlier, like we have a native app, and we have hybrid, and we have like web apps will be there. Okay, so I'll go through one by one. This is the starting process, like how to build a successful app from starting with their project requirement and ending with support. Okay, this slide will be very important. I will in-depthly will go for one by one. So next thing will be I'm going to go through about top seven mobile development technologies in recent time. It may vary with the depends upon the year, and the new technology also coming inside, right? So this is the top seven for now. Okay, it may vary. So Python will be top first, and Java we have a Flutter. Java will be used for Android development, and Flutter will be cross platform development, and React Native will be there. Swift will be used for iOS development, and Kotlin for Android development or programming. Also, we can use for like both iOS and Android like cross platform technologies. So these are the top seven. Maybe you guys aware more technologies than this one. I hope. So we'll go through one by one with this slide. I'm going for. So as I said earlier, like we are having a different mobile apps, right? Mobile apps developments. Like we have a build native mobile apps development, like developing for iOS separately and Android separately. And then we have a build cross platform technologies. We have a lot of technologies we have. So we can develop only one product, and we can deliver for two platforms like iOS and Android. Recent time, Windows is not there, so we are not talking about. I'm not targeting nowadays. People are not targeting for Windows because Windows phone outdated, right? So we are targeting only for Android and iOS. So in India, people will target Android mostly and iOS secondly. But in US and UK and other countries, they will go for iOS first and then Android second. Okay. Anyway, if you are developing for the mobile apps, we have to target two things like Android and iOS, two different platforms we have to target. And we have one more option, hybrid mobile apps, like that is called web apps actually. So every company have a website, right? They have websites. They can easily build it for hybrid mobile apps also. We can convert as an app with the websites, and they can directly launch to the Play Store and App Store. Okay. So as I I'm going with one by one topics and in depth, okay, upcoming slides. So I'm repeating one more time. So we have three different types of developments. One is native development and cross-platform development and hybrid. You just note it down. We'll go through one by one in the upcoming slides. Okay, so we are going to target about the native app. Okay, what is native? Native will be like native development I'm talking about, not mobile related development. Native apps will be used direct native apps and cross platform and web app. All apps will be available in App Store and Play Store. No worries about that one. So native apps means they can each and every platform they have on their development tool, right? If you are using, for example, if you have Android, right? So Android phone, they give for Android SDK for development, and Java and Kotlin we can use for the code. So that is for native. So like that we have iOS, right? So iOS also we have Objective-C and SIP for the coding development part. So if you're planning to develop native apps, then you can use like Android and iOS separately for each two platforms. For example, when you are doing the native app, so you have to target two different platforms. So you have to learn two different things like Android development separately and iOS development separately. So this is so the pros and cons like will be more similar with all the applications. But when you're going with native apps, it should be very faster and better performance, and native UI, because they won't develop, right? So we can target all UI natively, and then we can access device features like phone, like phone call, messages, whatever the related to device features, we can access directly from the native apps. And yeah, as I said, we have, if you are doing with native apps, we have to go with two different platforms, right? So definitely the cost will be higher than other development platforms, and takes up space in the device. Like if you are building with the native apps, it take more space. Like we need more RAM. You need more space to download and install it. Actually, it occupy more spaces on that one. And then update must be downloaded. Like what their meaning is, if you are updating the app, automatically it won't be downloaded. You should give a update regular basis. So these are the things we have. I will go through like all native apps how we can develop from iOS and Android separately. So okay, so now as I said earlier, we have two options for the native development, right? So one is Android and iOS. Here I'm going to like explain about Android. So Android development, right? So what are the things we have? Like Android is most popular one in India and US nowadays. So they have a lot of devices, a lot of versions they are available, a lot of different devices available from Android side. So people are like around 65 to 70 people are using Android devices in India. Around 30% are using in iOS. So developing in native Android will be the most targeting in Indian companies, and iOS for other countries. Here, right? So Android, we have features and customization and business friendly and affordable OS. As I said, right? Affordable OS means we can download. We'll get all the OS related updates regularly, and safe and secure. They are saying Android is safe and secure. They have a lot of security related stuff added recently, and easy adoptions. Like we can upgrade easily with one subject to another, right? So if you are planning to see end of this course, like this is a basic introduction only. To end of this course, you can understand where we can start, like where we can start from app development, like whether we have to go to native app development, or we have to go for grass platform or web apps. We can finally decide, and which technology you can take it move forward. I will give all pros and cons for the technologies, so that at the end of the class we can understood the basic level of understanding about how to start and where to start, which technology can pick it up easily, and you can move forward with the development, right? So native Android development, right? Native Android development, we usually use Android SDK and Android Studio we'll use. And we have a lot of backup, like the database, Firebase, we'll use for push notification, and Realm we use for databases. SQLite will use local storage. I'm not going for in-depth coding here because this is a short-time notice, right? So I will explain the basic concepts you can understand better first, and then in next session maybe I will go in depth with the development parts. Okay, we can use Docodev also and Desire also for these are the app development tools we'll use. You just note it down or go on on the next slide. We can explain more details. Okay. So mainly for Android app development, we use like Android SDK and Android Studio for the development. Like you can, and for SQLite for local storage, we'll use. Okay. So Android development, right? So native Android development, we must know about Java or Kotlin. Kotlin is new technology with advanced Java, for the Android native development technology they introduced. Right? So you must know about Java, basic Java, OOPS concept and other stuff, so that you can start with the native Android developments, right? So for the development, you can use Android Studio, as I said, is our official integrated development environment for all Android applications. And Android Studio always seems to be top of the list, prepared for Android tool for developers. Android Studio, in the left side screen, I'm showing that Android Studio you can download freely from internet. So you can start downloading this one, and you can start programming from here after downloading the Android Studio. This is the one method to develop Android native Android development. And we have Android Bridge, like Android Debug Bridge, ABD. ABD device. They can say. You can, if you want to debug anything on the app, you can use this. This is like a bridge communication between Android devices and other computers. Maybe you can, if you are developing, you can connect your device directly using ABD device, and you can test it directly from your phone. For example, if you are developing on Android Studio, right, you can connect your mobile into your computer, and then you can use using ADB. You can connect to mobile and your computer. From directly, you can run and see your applications, right? And you can also debug using this ABD devices. Okay, this is the second important tool we have to understand better, right? First one is, as I said, Android Studio you have to download, and then ABD bridge, like ABD device, we can call ADB, do a device to debug the things. And we have AVD manager, other useful feature of Android Studio. AVD, it's a visual device, right? Virtual device you can connect, and without the AVD manager, you can we can't see and run in local machine. So using that AVD, you can use as a emulator for Android apps. You can run it over computer, right? So while developing, it will be very useful. You can run immediately and you see the output, right? And this allows developer to be able to work with all type of Android devices. You can test responsiveness, like portrait, landscape, and performance of the different versions, screen sizes, and resolutions. Right? We have in Android, we have different sizes, different voices we have. And different resolutions also they have, because the latest Android, like Samsung, we have different companies are providing Android mobiles, right? So all this we need to target, right? So from AVD device, you can download any devices, any sample, like any devices, you can run it and see from portrait and landscape, and you check your design and coding directly using the AVD managers. Right, these three things are very important, and we use Eclipse for the coding. IDE. For each and every development, we need IDE, right? So we use Eclipse for the most of the developers. So we can download Eclipse from like Google site directly. So it will be very useful for developing for the coding purpose. We can use it, right? And other than these tools, we have like a lot other tools are there, like Fabric, Flow, Game Maker, Studio, Genymotion, Gradle, IntelliJ IDEA. So a lot of different development tools are there. But mainly, we'll for the native developers, we'll use these main main development tools like Android Studio, AVD, and AVD managers and Eclipse. These are the top four items we'll use for Android developments, Android native app developments. Okay. Other development tools, you just note it down. Whenever having time, you can just look it down. Companies are mostly all developers target about Android Studio and native support things only. These are non-native support, but it should be very useful for the development, Android development. And next, I'm moving for native iOS development. We have top 5 development like Mac OS and Xcode we'll use, and simulator for the run and application to see, and iOS SDK and third-party libraries we have to use for when you are developing native iOS development. We can use all these things. I'll go through one by one on the next slide. So the language wise, like in Android, we'll use, I said, like Java and Kotlin, right? In here, we can use Swift, the latest release. Like in latest technology, we use Swift for native iOS development. Swift is introduced in 2014. We have a lot of versions, upcoming versions are coming. So this is a very powerful. This compare with other languages like Java and C++. We have a lot of things here. For some features here, advanced control flow will be there, memory safe, and type of safe language will be there, and automatic memory management will be there. Like it will release whenever we are creating the memory, right? It automatically will release if we are not using it. And the effective error handling, like if you have any error on the phone, if you are finding any error, we can handle it easily, like giving alerts to the users. And functional programming, all functional programming they added, and infra types, like we have a lot of infra related steps they added in the Swift, right? So Swift is a main Swift you have to learn for if you want to develop using iOS, you have to learn Swift, right? This is Objective. The next tool is Objective-C. Actually the iOS development started with Objective-C. It overtaken by Swift now. Objective-C is the first language they started with actually. This is a similar structure of C. If you know about basic about C, you can start immediately with Objective-C for iOS, like iOS native development things. Here also some key features will be there. These are general purpose and object-oriented language, you know, right? So OOPS concept is already added. All these native things are object-oriented. So if you have a basic idea for C and C++, you can start immediately for the developments. And it will support encapsulation and data hiding, inheritance, all related to abstraction, polymorphism, everything related to OOPS concept, right? You know. So all OOPS related item it will support. So if you know about OOPS related item, related knowledge, you can directly jump into this Objective-C and you can develop for iOS developments, right? And it will support exception handling, as I said earlier. So for example, if you have an exception on the particular sections, it will throw you the error and you can catch it and you can display for the developers. So where we are getting that error and other steps. So for the native iOS development, you have to use Swift or we have to use Objective-C. Both are relevant. Both are very powerful. but in recent days they are asking about object like SIP because it's updated, right? It's overtaken by Objective-C. So if you want to learn, if you're thinking to learn, if you go for native iOS development, definitely you have to learn about SIP language, right? And other tools, programming language, we will use Xcode for the development. IDE we want it, right? So in Android, we said Eclipse, right? So like that in iOS, we have Xcode. And we have editor, right? So for Xcode, objective for after like, even though if you are using Objective-C or SIP, we have to download the Xcode. From there, you can, after downloading Xcode, you can code using Objective-C or SIP, right? So if you are developing for iOS, right, you can target Mac OS and iOS phone and iPads and iWatches now. So we have, so all development we can do it actually. So industries are nowadays they are listing TV apps and iWatch apps and iPad also they are asking about. Okay, it's a very hard topic. So for the development wise, we have to do like downloading Xcode. Xcode is IDE. So after downloading Xcode, you have to go for Objective-C or SIP. You can select any language. It will give you the option to select. You can select it and you can go for the development, right? So here in the Xcode, we can do a lot of things like instruments, analytical tool, and latest SDK software development hits also you can develop. You can download it and you can install it. And we have a lot of analysis tool for the coding, and we have SIP UI and interface builder also there. Okay, you guys made it right. Thank you. So as I said earlier, so you can use either SIP or Objective-C for the developments, for the native apps developments. Apart from this, other development tools we'll use like Code Runner for IDE. Instead of Xcode, you can use Code Runner for IDE and Flawless for app design. For designing, you can use it, and RX also you can use, and Alarm Fire and FAS. Regen and Pegum, everything you can use because each and every service will be different. For example, if you want to connect backend services, you need to connect fast. If you want Alarm Fire, like if you want to connect any libraries, you can use it, and RX also you can use it. So these are the other development tools. You just note it down. When you are doing the development, right, you can use all these libraries one by one. Right, I'm going very fast, I think. So I'm just repeating one more time for a native iOS development. We need Xcode for IDE, and from there you can use SIP or Objective-C for the development, and other tools also we have for development when you're doing it, app development. Right. So as I said, I went very fast. So if you have any questions, you can ask until now. I'll give you 2 minutes for this one.
Yeah,
Anybody
students and guests, if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box, or you can raise them, or you can raise your questions. If you have any queries, please you can raise them. Okay, or you can raise in the chat box itself. Yes, sir, you can proceed, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So no questions, right? Thank you.
Right.
Okay. So as of now, I said we have a native development using iOS and Android separately, and I'm going through another platform here. Like we have other technologies, other development tools for cross-platform technologies. Right. As I said earlier, we have 3 different like components to develop. Right. One is for native, one is for cross-platform, and another is for web app. So using cross-platform mobile technology tool, also we can develop mobile apps. Right. We have a lot of mobile grass platform technologies, like we have React Native and Flutter, and Ionic, we have Xamarin and PhoneGap. So each and every, like for example, Facebook created by React Native, and Flutter Alibaba created by Flutter, and a lot of like Google also using Flutter because Google product, right? And Ionic, they are using Target, and other companies are using that Ionic framework. They develop these apps. And Xamarin, you have Ola, Insight, and Press Direct. Everything will be there, right? And like PhoneGap, you have Health App and Logitech. A lot of companies are using this framework and develop their apps actually. So here React Native is very popular. Why? Because the major company like Facebook is using, and like Skype and Tesla and Pinterest, everything using React Native. Okay, so why we need other we need grass platform mobile technology tool for developments? Why? Because see, for native versus cross platform, right? We have pros and cons. Like native, we can target native UI, and we can develop. We can reach up to 100% for UI to target 100% real UI performance. And but in here, grass platform, they can reach up to 99%. A few things will be there still there. They are not able to target, but still people are going with the grass platform because of the one platform tool can target two different mobile devices like iOS and like iOS and Android. Suppose we are using React Native. If you are developing on mobile app, right, you can target for two different iOSs. Okay, you can take two different builds. One is for Android APK, and IPA for iOS development. So you can build two different to target two different OS directly, right? Like that, Flutter also we have. Flutter is a framework, and Google Flutter they can call, like Google company they have given. And we have Ionic is an old framework. People are still using it. And Xamarin is Microsoft product. .NET, right? So from Microsoft, they have given .NET. And from there, especially for mobile apps, they have given Xamarin, right? So still people are using Xamarin. I'm currently using Xamarin in a Wipro company. And PhoneGap also the old technology, but still people are using it. So these are the top 5 grass platforms. Still, we have a lot of grass platform technologies there. But industry, as the current industry, people are seeking these development tools only, like React, Flutter, Ionic, Xamarin, and PhoneGap, right? So we'll go one by one, and we'll explain one by one on the things here, right? React Native, I said, Facebook is using. So lot of we have lot of developers are available in the industry, like top grass platform, top one grass platform development tool. Okay, so React Native we use like React Native debugger will be there, Redux will use for the coding, and React navigation will be there, and React Native CLI will be there, and React Native tools. Lot of tools available in web actually, right? We can use Xcode, Android Studio, and Visual Studio Code for IDE. IDE, as earlier I said, right, each and every development tool we need IDE. Okay, so here we can use either Visual Studio Code. Usually people, developer will choose Visual Studio Code that is downloadable easily, and Android Studio for building Android applications, and Xcode for iOS applications. See, the pros and cons I said, right? So even though if you are developing like grass platform, you are using grass platform development tool, we have to go for building. We have to use Android Studio for Android development, and Xcode for to creating the iOS API, iOS IPA files actually. So we have to use Xcode to create a IPA file. That means create a executable file from Xcode, and Android Studio for creating the IPA file. Okay, so these left three will be basic things for all the developments, right? In grass platform, additionally, they can use Redux for React Native development. In addition to that, a lot of tools will be we can use, right? For example, React debugger and navigation. Whatever other tools we want to use, we can use it actually, right? So this is the React Native, the top one in class platform technologies, right? So what is the benefit of using React Native? As I said, right, cost and time efficient. What is cost and time efficient? If the company is asking to a targeted OS app, right? That time, if you are going with native apps, you have to develop two different mobile apps. Like one is for Android separately and iOS separately. You have to keep it two separate codes, and you have to maintain two different mobile apps repository, right? Files also. But here, right, you can use only one development for targeting two mobile apps. So the cost wise, right, comparatively, we don't want to spend two times. Almost 50% is reduced for this cost. And time also efficient. Why? Because if you want to change something on the mobile app, we can directly change it in one place. Instead of going with Android separately, iOS separately, we can change it in one place and build it for two different platforms. And React Native is live reloading. That means if you are developing, if you are running it, right, automatically you will refresh your code and you can see the output immediately whenever you are developing and refreshing it. So live reloading is that concept. Is mostly for React Native. All the developers having, but React Native is more powerful. Live reloading will be there. If you want to see your output instantly, you can refresh it and you can see, right? And performance-wise, React Native is very good now. They added a lot of performance improvements there. And the flexibility, as I said, we have a lot of additional tools to add in the React Native development. So we can target whatever you want to in the mobile development sprints. And the next thing is code reusability. So what is code reusability? Reusability means you can reuse the code. As I said earlier, you can reuse the code for iOS and Android. And you can, if you want to, suppose you developed one project, one app, mobile app, and if you want to use that component for other mobile apps, you can pick that particular part and you can patch that particular code into the next app also. So because it's a controller-wise, you have in React Native will be the controller-wise, you can use any control to any mobile apps, right? So code reusability will be main aspect in each and every mobile development, not only mobile development, development, all developers should understand about code reusability. So whenever you are doing any development, you have to think it about code reusability. So code reusability is the main part for all developers, right? The code optimization and reusability will be always you should be you should be thinking about when you are developing on it. And React Native have huge community. What is community like? So if you have any forum, if you have any doubts, if you have any development related queries you have, the community wise they can keep on developing. You can right, Stack Overflow, they have posting some questions, they will reply back, right? So like that they have a community. So React Native community, they have lot they day-to-day activities, they are developing few features and they are adding all the coding steps and explaining everything there. We can learn it directly and you can use it also. Okay, so if you are picking any development tool, you should aware on how community, how that particular community is increasing. Because Iic, right? As I said, Iic is the framework. It's old use. Now the community wise they are reduced. Like people are moved to next community. So now there is support, the community support, and whatever you want to develop. Like suppose if you want to search something, we are not able to find the particular things actually. So community should be important, and code reusability, as I said, and the flexibility will be hard reloading, live reloading or hard reloading will be there. Okay. And modular architecture, they are saying. So modular architecture, right? Each and every development tool, before starting the development, you have to think about the architecture, how it will work. In architecture wise, right? Each architect will take care of everything, but for initial stage, you should understand how architect will for each and every mobile development they can use it. So this is a very important thing. For example, this one will use MEVM, the model view model, right? So the controller like my MEC, there some people will use MEVM, use MET will use, right? So that architecture we have to understand. So model view model, so this concept definitely will follow for React Native and other development tools. Okay, and it's free and open source. You can download instantly, and you can start your development without signing up anything. So these are the benefits using React Native. So not only React Native development tool, you have to, as a developer, you have to think it about for the code reusability and huge community and architecture wise, which architecture they are using, and that architecture should be the latest one. The architecture wise, they are improving a lot of things. Like we are starting with the MEC, now they are moving to MEVM, MEVT, MVT. So a lot of architecture wise, they are improving. Like those things also we have to understand and we have to think it out. And mainly, it should be open source. It should be free, right? So if you are free, only people will download. So definitely, so you can start immediately for the development. You can search it in Google, like Google React Native development. Automatically, you get the development tools. You can download it and you can start using it. Right. So why am I explaining more on this one is okay. React Native is hot topic. Like people are like a lot of opportunities are there. If you are selecting React Native for the development, you will be like benefited soon. Right. And I'm going for other platform cross-platform development tool. Flutter. Flutter is Google one. Flutter, Google one, right? So Google also providing lot of development tools, right? 1 second, I'm sorry. Okay, so Flutter also more important. More people are targeting this one. So we will use, as I said earlier, we use a lot of when you're developing Flutter, we'll use a lot of additional tools like Firebase, Visual Studio, Screenshot, and Android Studio, push notification, and like Flutter strip and Fisher will be there. So push notification related stuff they can use it actually. So you can, after downloading the Flutter, you can use all these tools and you can develop. For and you can target for the particular applications, right? Flutter also a lot of advantages and a lot of advantages will be there. Like it will hot load, as earlier we said, like, so we want hot load definitely, right? And we have a fast development they are saying, and screen reader will be there, and quick rendering. Like if you are updating something, it will automatically render, and you can target for cross-platform, target for 2 different devices, and it's, as is always, it's open source, and we have like it's free also. Okay, either you can use Flutter or React Native. Okay, and we have another platform tool called Xamarin. Xamarin also, as I said, it's a Microsoft product. You can download it easily. You can download it easily, and it's a free actually. Okay, you can target both iOS and Android here also. Okay, if you know .NET Basic, like this is also C#, like C#, and we'll use C and C#, and we have you can target anything related to Xamarin here also, right? So in Xamarin also a lot of like advantages also there, like here cost effective they are saying, and it's free, so, and cost effective they are saying, and automated testing also there. Here native interface will be there, like other, as I said earlier. So iOS and Android we can target 100%. Other, if you are using cross platform, you can go with 99%, I said, right? But using Xamarin, we can go with 99.50. Like why I'm saying 50, like you can the native features included here, almost that 0.5% will improve with the differentiate with the Flutter and React Native. And fewer bugs, like bug-free software we can develop. We can target all three, like as I said, right? So iOS, Android, and Windows. Windows nowadays we are not at all using. So iOS and Android we can develop it using Xamarin. It is also free. You can select anything actually. If you are interested in .NET, C#, you can go with Xamarin. Flutter also very like a competitive one, and React Native also in the top list. So you can select either one of the cross-platform tools for targeting both iOS and Android. And finally, we have Python. Python also we can use both web and mobile also. Python have a lot of Python is a current top web targets actually, but mobile also we can do it. Okay, so here we can use Django, TurboGears, NumPy, and Pandas. A lot of tools. These are tools actually we can implement in our mobile application, and we can target for our particular applications. Okay. Python has a lot of advantages here. Here speed response, like easy to read. Python, right? Easy to read. Also code wise very easy. And we have security and trust-driven development. You can test it whenever you are developing. You can test it immediately. And they're saying big data supported. Yes, it is a big data supported. You can take any big data relevant item from Python developments. Python also is a top one. Okay. Okay. So as I said, like cross-platform, we have 4 or 5 we explained, and native iOS and Android. Okay, whichever the platform, whichever the tool you are selecting, that's not an important. But whichever one you are selecting, you have to concentrate. You have to learn deeply. One tool is important for your career, for the next career. Anything like if you are going with grass platform, if you are selecting grass platform, it's fine. Using Flutter or for React Native or Xamarin or Ionic, whatever the. But you have to understand about IDE and which language you are going to select, and which IDE and which language, and then how what are the advantages using that platform tools, right? Either you can consider native also very demand nowadays. Like for example, native iOS. If you are thinking about native iOS, it's very high demand, and Android also nowadays very demand in India. So you don't want to learn everything in one stage actually. Even I am not recommending to learn everything. Okay. What I'm suggesting here is you can choose either one of the development tool and knowledge it. You can improve it, and you can start developing and start trying developing using these development tools, right? Okay, so and after these are the development tools, I said I am not going to consider. I'm going to target about the development things. So once you develop, so you can use, like we have to store somewhere, right? So from App Store or Play Store, you need to submit, right? So using Play Store, you can developer.android.com. You can use you can use this URL and you can submit your applications. It's free, not free. So you have to sign it up. For $25 per thing, you have to create a developer account and then you can upload it, right? And like that, you have App Store link, developer.applet.com. We have $99 subscription for the developer. One-time subscription. You can create a developer account and you can submit all your apps. In number of apps, you can submit it actually, right? So this is a submission. So after you submit, they will verify within a week. They within 1 or 2 days they can review it. Apple might take 2 to 3 days to review it. So if everything is fine, they have a lot of rules and regulations with your app. So for example, if you have lot of rules and regulations, means that they have a lot of guidance will be there. You have to target as a developer. You have to think it out. You have to read the guidelines. You should match with the guidelines, then only they will approve. Once approved, automatically you can anybody can download from their mobile device, right? Until then, you have to run your mobile device using your USB or taking an IPA file and directly share. Whoever wants to test, they can test it. For iOS testing, you can use TestPlate. TestPlate is a website. You can upload your IPA file and add your devices. From there, automatically the distribution will be delivered to the testers. They can download and they can test it actually. Okay, these are the end-to-end app development and until submission here, right? I'm moving. Yeah, that's it from my side actually. So I hope you guys have understood the basic level of understanding about which language we can select and how to move forward and how to submit it from App Store and Play Store, right? In industry, right? In industry, they are targeting about Android developer. They are requiring more Android developers and iOS developer also, native mobile app developer. Native, they can simply say native mobile app developer. You can expertise in any one of the grass platform technology like React Native, Xamarin, Flutter, Python, Swift, Kotlin, and Ionic. So like that, we have a lot of opportunity in mobile because mobile, as I said, day by day it is increasing. So in MNC, like Wipro also requiring a lot of mobile developers in 2022 as well as 23 also they are targeting because the need will be there. The companies are requesting more app development. Even small companies are also developing mobile apps, right? So mobile is very important. Mobile development is very important. So if you are learning any one of the language from the above list, you should be the mobile developer. Okay. So from there, you can start your career and you can publish your app. You can think it about your own product also. You can develop it and you can post it in, you can submit in Play Store and App Store. People will start downloading it. Even for the small apps, also for the like for the college app, anything you can start learning and you can submit it. And from there, you can go like for the next level. Right? These are the opportunities we have. From here, this is a development opportunities, the starting level. We have a lot of opportunity apart from this. Senior developer, senior architect will be the senior architect, project manager. So a lot of things from here, the career wise, right? So I started with the like Android development and then iOS development and I moved to native development like React Native, Xamarin, and Swift, Ionic, and everything I covered actually. So see, in years of increasing, right, new technologies are coming. Okay, this is as I said earlier, these are the current top like development tools. In future, it might come new technology also, but they follow all the standards like architecture wise and what are the things you learned already. So those things only they will follow. So you can easily learn it for the new technology also. So for the basic understanding, you can select any one of the tool and you can start from there. Right. Okay, this is the end of the session. If you have any question, definitely your questions. Feel free to ask for next 10 minutes. I will clarify all your doubts.
Yes, sir. Session is very informative for us. So here we have some of the questions which is dropped through the students.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Through chat box. Okay. So I have only 2 more questions. The first is how will make my app money?
Money.
Yeah.
Good.
How will my app make money?
Okay, great. So 2 things. So if your app is like, for example, if someone sharing the app and that should be payable, are you willing to download that app? I'm not. So nobody will download, right? Nobody will download if you are giving for like 100 rupees or 200 rupees, right? For the app downloads, right? For app downloads, we should not target, right? But still, people are still a lot of product related apps. Still, we can pay the money and we can download it. Okay, that I understood. If you have an innovative product that will be very helpful for the user, definitely they go for like paid versions, right? Until then, they can go with free versions only. So how make money means like you can have an innovative product and you can have some amount like 10, like 100 rupees, 200. You can target anything. You can fix it actually for the downloadable, right? And from there, if you have like 1 million downloads, and automatically the revenue will be increased. And we suppose if you are developing the app for the company, right, you will get benefited. So targeting with the like developing cost also very costlier than other development. So if you want to make money using this development, you can go for the companies and or create your own product for the developments. right? If you're developing your own product, then definitely to go for cost, then each and every download you get it, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what legal requirements are there for this basic type of app?
See, in the App Store and Play Store, we have a minimum guidelines, I said, right? So minimum guidelines, you should not access your personal information on your device. Personal information means, right, your email ID or your name or whatever personal data, but whatever the restriction will be there. Apart from that, there is no guidelines actually. You can give any informative to the users. If user feels that is useful, they will download, right? They will see the screenshot before downloading, right? As usual, everybody will see the screenshot and the video. They will nowadays they are seeing the videos also. We are putting videos to upload, right? So before downloading, they are seeing the screenshots. What are the features available? They are reading the description and other steps, right? So there is no major guidelines. You should not, as I said earlier, you should not get the information. You should not, without knowing the customer, you should not get the personal information details. There is a major important things you need to follow. Okay. For if camera access also, right? If you are camera access, first time you are using the app, if you are accessing the camera, it will allow, it will open up the pop-up, it will like request you to confirm whether you need to use the camera or not, right? Each and every app, you have a permission related steps will be there. A lot of permission will be there. Okay, in not only camera, if you are dialing from number from the particular app, the first time it will ask you to confirm it whether you are going to use like the permission should be accepted first thing, right? Not only camera. There's a lot of in-depth features also will be there. Everything will be permission will be given by the customer, right? Customer means user. Over using that app, they need to give a permission. If you are not allowing it, allow and disallow will be there. If you are not allowing it, definitely that feature will not be work for the particular mobile device.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Am I answered well? Am I clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Somewhat you got. Thank you so much, and you're awaiting your presence in offline mode itself, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your informative speech. Now I would like to call Roshni Ilango for delivering her vote of thanks.
A warm and graceful morning to our most valued Honorable Chief Guest, Chairman, Vice Chairman, coordinators, teachers, and everyone gathered here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks speech. On behalf of this institution, I extend a really hearty thanks to our Chief Guest, Mr. S. Sarvanakumar, Technical Project Manager, Wipro, who graced this event. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds, sir, and have shown us a new path. I would like to thank our chairman, Dr. V. Vasudevan, for his efforts. I would like to thank Vice Chairman, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, Vice Chairman V. Vishnu Karthik, Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Uma, who spared time in their busy schedule. I would also like to thank Iic Council Coordinator and Club Coordinator for their efforts to make this event even more spectacular. Sincere thanks to head of the department and all the faculty members who were well versed in their jobs. Last but not the least, a big thanks to each one of the spectators who made this event even more memorable for us. Thank you everyone once again. I would like to everyone to turn on the cameras for photo session.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Roshni. Now I would like to call Varalakshmi to sing our national anthem.
जनहन मनहति नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड कलगंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जल तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहि तव शुभ आशीष माहि गाहे तव श्रीनादा जनगण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय
Santoshi madam,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can end. We can end.
shall we end this session?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can.